So I wanted to show you guys how simple it is to really create a podcast. Nick and I got started with our podcast in the middle of 2018, and we haven't put out a ton of episodes, but that's definitely one of our biggest goals for this year. So we got started with these two mics right here, and it's pretty basic. So we plug these mics into each computer. If we're recording one mic, we only need one computer. If we need both mics, then we have two computer sources. What we do is we record the audio right through QuickTime Player in the form of an MP3. And then what we'll do once we get all the audio recorded is we'll put it into Premiere and chop up the audio as much as we need. Edit out any bad things, edit out, just make sure that everything sounds good for the podcast. We'll put a little intro, a little outro in there, and then we'll export the file as an MP3. Now, once we get done with that, we actually put it on a platform called Anchor. And what Anchor is it's an online, it's basically just a website that allows for podcast distribution. So if you upload a podcast to Anchor, Anchor will automatically distribute your podcast to a bunch of different podcast apps and sources such as like iOS and Android. And there you go, now you have a working podcast. And actually, if you don't have Premiere Pro to edit, you can actually use Anchor to chop up your podcast as well. So you can do all the editing on an online tool, right? So it's actually very simple to start a podcast. These are a good option. These are two pretty cheap mics. Everyone's got a computer. You're able to get started right away. So obviously we plan on upgrading our stuff, but for now, when we're running pretty lean, these mics do pretty well. So if you're looking to start a podcast in 2019, this wouldn't be a bad route. These are two good Yeti mics. Got them for pretty cheap. And again, we have a computer on deck too. So I hope everyone, takes some value out of this. And if you're looking to start a podcast, I hope you get started because it really is pretty easy to start. So hope you get started and we'll talk to you guys soon.